beautiful Thursday, July 17th, and you're listening to the Oklahoma Breakdown with Ikard and Lehman, presented by Riverwind Casino. Riverwind is Oklahoma City's premier casino experience, and there are so many reasons why Riverwind is consistently voted OKC's #1 casino, but it all starts with their amazing variety of gaming thrills and excitement. Riverwind's beautiful, award-winning environment plays host to more than 2,800 of the latest electronic games with a huge selection of table games, including blackjack, match roulette, and Teddy's favorite, craps. No matter what your game, Riverwind has it in spades and hearts. And to learn more about their gaming promotions and entertainment options, all you got to do is visit riverwind.com. Riverwind Casino, good times, great rewards. A late Wednesday recording. This feels very odd.
Old school, little throwback episode.
Can you believe this is when we used to record this podcast?
No.
What were we thinking?
I don't know. It's tough.
I'm glad we made the adjustments. Hopefully I will undoubtedly just mess up all kinds of things during this episode because I'm old and it's late.
Yeah. Well, hey man, you do what you got to do to navigate the SEC media days, man.
What a segue. This is why you're the best in the business.
Right.
That's how it's done, ladies and gentlemen. Take notes.
What can I say?
The transition king, Ted Lehman. Let's start with what we heard from the OU people. We'll recap some of the interesting stuff we heard from coaches and players for other SEC teams, but let's start with the head ball coach, Ted. What really stood out to you that you heard from Brent Venables at SEC Media Day?
Well, yeah, I think the biggest thing for me was the Giovanni Gibson news. That he's been out of the boot. I think did he say since July 1st he's been out of the boot? And that's way earlier than I expected. I don't know if that's how they planned it all along, but I think that's great that he's going to have plenty of ramp up time. You know, you got options for training camp, how much they want to bring him along, how much live stuff he does. Get some time to condition, and he's going to have some atrophy there in the leg, being in that boot and in that cast. Get time to build it up. I don't know when to expect him to be at full speed, but I thought that was fantastic news.
Yeah, the Venables quote was, "He's out of the boot. He's on schedule. When I know definitively that he's full speed, I'll let you guys know."
Yeah.
It's no matter. See, I told you I was going to mess up speaking. No matter how you slice it, it's a good thing, right? This is very positive news for Oklahoma football because, everything we were told was that was a gross looking broken leg for him late in spring practice. And for Venables to come out and say, and he, said it multiple times, for him to say, hey, he's on schedule. I guess the follow-up question is, what's the target date for him to be ready to go?
Yeah.
We don't need him for Illinois State. You don't need him for that game.
No.
You want him for Michigan.
Yes.
But at the very least, like, if you're going to be conservative with it, you want him ready to go for conference play.
Yeah. No doubt. And I really don't know what the time frame is on that. If it's true that he was out of a boot on July 1st, I mean, that's essentially 2 months of ramp up time before you kick off for the opener. And, honestly, if Michigan is truly when they want him to be fully available for a whole game, I'd like to see him a little bit against Illinois State, a couple of series, something, just to where the first time you're jogging out on that field in that stadium with that offense isn't in what, is going to be one of the bigger games of the year. Like a little bit of ramp up time would be good, going through the pregame stuff and everything. But, if it's Michigan, it's Michigan. Whenever you get him, you get him. As long as he gets back and has isn't pushing the timeline any, and they're not taking chances on it, I'll take him when I can get it.
He was, and we went out to quite a few spring practices. He was the best skill player on OU's team when I was out there.
Yep.
I mean, he
Big,
stood out every time I
strong.
was out there. So I was very, very excited to hear Venables give a positive update on Giovanni Gibson.
Yeah, me too. He's a game changer. Now, we've got guys, and I think we can still have a really good offense if he's not out there, but there's no doubt that if we want to be at our absolute best, he's a big part of that.
Anything else from Venables that really stood out to you? I liked what he said about it. Kind of just said, hey, the expectations never change here. I
Yeah.
say it to people all the time. Some
Yep.
people think I'm crazy when I say it, but it's, hey, win the SEC, go play for a national championship. It never changes.
That's right.
It never does.
That's right. I mean, one of the problems of being an Oklahoma fan is you end the season disappointed if you don't win a national championship. And I know right now people are like, I don't know, do we go 7-5? Do we go 8-4? Well, all those expectations are going to change. If they're good, 8-4 or 7-5 is no longer going to be good enough. If they make the playoff, that's no longer going to be good enough. You should have won a game, or you should have won 2 games, or you should have made the championship. And if you make the championship, you should win the damn game, right? That's how it's going to go, But it's true. It's how it's going to be, and yeah, I mean, it can be a harsh reality at times. There's no doubt, but that's just how it is.
Anything else from Venables?
Kendall Dolby, talking about Kendall Dolby being back and 100% and how excited he is for him to be back and what a game changer that is for the defense. And, it is a name because there's been so many guys playing at that cheetah spot, Reggie Powers, Kendall Daniels, Omasigo, they've rotated a bunch of guys through there. And I think all of those guys have a chance to be really good at that spot. You just kind of forgot that Kendall Dolby was one of the better players on the defense until he got hurt.
Arguably the second best player on the defense
Yeah.
behind Stutzman, because that was before our Mason Thomas really started getting going.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's fair. And he gives you flexibility. Like if some of those other cheetah players are playing so good and corner, you get banged up, he can play corner for you. He gives you some good versatility.
One thing he just naturally brings to the field is just a little psycho to him.
Yeah.
That energy, like I absolutely love the way that that guy plays football.
I think that's what Venables said. I think he was calling him the alpha dog. The alpha dog is back.
And that is like he is a tone setter for that defense.
Yep.
Now, when we get out and see him at training camp, I'm hoping that he looks like the guy that we saw early last season who was playing at a very high level
Yeah.
before he snapped his leg. So
Yeah.
if he's back to what he was, I mean, maybe he's even better. I don't really know what to expect, but he's going to start for this defense somewhere if he's back to that level. He's too good. He's too productive. He brings too much to that defense to not be on the field.
I agree. I agree. And, it's just what happens when you're injured. It's just a name that we haven't really factored, or at least I should say about myself, I haven't really factored him in just because little out of sight and out of mind. But whenever he started talking about him, it's like, oh yeah, thank goodness we have him back.
Anything else from Venables?
I don't, I think that's about it. I mean, it
I
was,
one one thing that stood out to me, I think a lot of fans are still, very curious about what the tight end position is going to look like. Venables said that Canick's going to have a real role for the team, which I'm of the belief that covering OU football is more fun when Jaron Canick's involved.
there's no doubt.
And
No doubt.
he's going to be clearly ultra motivated to go out there and produce in any way he can offensively. But I thought what Venables said about Caden Helms was encouraging.
Hmm.
He said it's his best period of performance and being a player. He's been healthy the last several months.
Yeah, been the thing with him. He just hasn't had, more than a just a little bit of time between injury to develop as a player. I mean, if he is 100%, he's got some very unique tools. He's got great length, great athleticism. It's just, it's going to be an experience factor for him. But, at the very least, at tight end, we're going to have more depth than we had a year ago, which he did say, like, I know how everyone feels about Bauer Sharp, but he's going to have a really good year at LSU. Just everyone prepare yourselves because that's going to happen.
He's going to be like a fourth round draft pick, people. I'm just telling you, just
Yeah.
to prepare yourself.
Yep. So no, but I thought that was good news on Helms.
What'd you think of what Mateer did? What about Mateer's performance at his first SEC media day?
I thought it was pretty good. You know, I
The double breasted suit was a choice. I liked it. Very classy.
Dari Noka's on our radio station now, and I he had him on there on SEC Network, and he was just talking about the interactions like before and after they were live, and the guys were really drawn to him. He was very personable. They were telling jokes, and he said that he was totally confident, fine in the moment. He did say that he was nervous, which you know totally expected coming from the Toby said that he asked him like, how does this media day at SEC compared to last year? He's like, we were in the pack too. There was no media day last year. So this is something.
I'm sure it was a great experience from I do think it's the SEC, it's Oklahoma, who doesn't want to play for Oklahoma quote.
It's great. Yeah.
Just fantastic. I mean, it's fantastic. I can only imagine how quickly OU football's content team was getting that up on Instagram and X. Like
Oh yeah.
it was a mad dash to get that clip up.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like behind the scenes, people scrambling, get this up now. No, it was great. I thought he handled himself well. All things considered, he didn't say anything stupid, which, and start calling people out or, what you've seen some other people do. I thought he handled himself very professionally. And, here's the truth is there's a lot of buzz around him right now, but he's got to go out there and earn it on the field. And if he goes out there and earns it on the field, this buzz isn't anything compared to what he'll see.
Well, Chris Doering, our guy Chris Doering picked him to win the Heisman Trophy and SEC Offensive Player of the Year. So the buzz is real.
Yeah. It
And he
it
also
is.
picked Venables to win SEC Coach of the Year.
I know.
Sooner Chris is what we're going to start calling our guy Doering.
It does feel like, at least through the first 3 days, that Oklahoma is one of the trending teams that a lot of people think has a chance to come out of the pack and maybe make a playoff or make a run and do something exciting.
I think the number one thing that I heard from Mateer that really stood out to me was a clip of him talking about the offense and how they've been adding. He's like, we've been building on plays that we ran last year. And he also mentioned OU's other coaches adding to Arbuckle's system and that they're still installing things. And if I was an OU fan, like that would be extremely encouraging to me. And here's why. Sometimes a hotshot young coordinator gets hired and he thinks he's got it all figured out.
Yeah.
And it's clear from what John Mateer said that Ben Arbuckle got there and probably went to Kevin Wilson and said, hey, man, what should I add to this?
Mm-hmm.
Went to Bill Beanbo and said, hey, man, what runs do you want to see in this offense? Joe John Finley, he was calling plays a year ago. Like, hey, what did you guys do that you think really worked in the SEC? I thought it was, and I don't think I'm reaching. Like I think a lot of guys in that situation who just got hired to be the coordinator, you've got your quarterback coming with you. Like you say, hey, no, we're going to put my system in. We're going to keep it pretty much the same. And Mateer's out here saying, nope, we've added, we've built. I think
Mhm.
that's an extremely encouraging sign about Ben Arbuckle and his mentality as a coach.
Yeah, and I also think that it's good to, broaden your horizons a little bit. Everyone has their vision of what their football team, their offense is going to look like in the offseason. And then once you're in live bullets, you never know. You may find out that you're better with big personnel, or you're running the ball really well, or the play action stuff is good, or the opposite. Like we're just dicing people up whenever we go 10 personnel with four wides and spread everyone out. So I think it's great to build on some different personnel groupings and have some things in your back pocket instead of trying to install them the week of after you maybe stumbled upon something and want to build on it. I think that's smart.
Anything else from Mateer? People kept trying to get him to compare himself to Baker Mayfield,
God, yeah.
which is just natural. Now, he did say, like, hey, Baker's toughness is just something every quarterback needs to have. I loved hearing that. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like putting a drug in OU fans' veins. Like that's exactly what we want him to say. But I I thought he handled himself well.
Yeah.
No really explosive things, but came off very likable and very confident.
About all you could ask for, honestly.
R. Mason Thomas, the shoes were probably the main talking point. The Grease logo, that was, he's really leading into the Grease theme. I respect a man that leans into it.
I like it. That was good. Yeah, there was a lot of conversation about the shoes. And I like that, you know, I heard him. He was on our station with Mike Steely, and he was asked about who else he sees at that edge spot, maybe opposite him, and he had a lot of really good things to say about PJ. And he said that he's been healthy. And whenever he said that, I thought, well, I kept hearing how good our Mason Thomas was going to be, right? Whenever he first came in, he was unblockable one-on-ones his freshman year. And then, he battled some of those ankle injuries. It just wasn't himself. And then had a long time where he was healthy and able to practice and go through off-season conditioning and work on his physique. And then bam, okay, yeah, I get it. So I'm hoping that maybe there's something similar with PJ.
He was very complimentary of Taylor Wine as well, a
Yep.
guy that you and I are very high on in the role when it comes to the role he's going to have in this defense. I saw multiple clips of R. Mason just talking about the experience that the defense has now. And yeah, you lose Stutzman, you lose Bowman, but remember the guys that are stepping in for those guys have played a lot of ball. And yeah, you've got some new pieces from the portal that are going to have roles on this defense. There's no doubt about it. But it was him saying that. It was a good reminder for me that the majority of the guys that are going to be on the field on defense for Oklahoma know this system very, very well.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, when you think about it, they've got 8 returning starters, and they're 8 guys that played in this system last year, and a lot of guys have only played in this system. I don't know how many teams out there across college football you're going to find that can match that, that haven't added, a handful of transfer portal guys or had, 4 or 5 guys. I mean, Auburn, I think, had 8 seniors on their defense last year that they have to replace. I mean, you go through a lot of the teams that we placed, that was a pretty common theme. So, yeah, I think all the returners and the fact that this is going to be year 4 in the same system, I I think that's definitely something that they're going to build on, and you're going to be able to notice.
Head football coaches calling the defense These guys are going to be, let's go with on edge all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Last but certainly not least, Robert Spears-Jennings suit was fantastic. All the guys looked great. Everyone looked great. Was very proud of the fellas. They cleaned up well. I thought what RSJ said about the communication was encouraging. And here's his quote. I feel like last year our communication was iffy sometimes. Sometimes we would communicate, sometimes we wouldn't. This year we are emphasizing communicating at all times because a quiet defense is a dead defense.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you always talk about it. Defense is a machine, and in order to function properly, everyone has to be in the right call, right check, communicating what you're about to get, down and distance, personnel grouping, what's the situation of the game, what are we calling, what are they lined up in, what for the secondary, what splits are we getting, like all of that stuff. The more you talk out there, the better. Now, you don't want to just fill the air with a bunch of nonsense that isn't relevant, but communicating good information and making sure everyone's on the same page is critical.
You, a time or two last season, were a little frustrated by the call getting in late and the communication issues that led to, but then the overall communication at times was let's just go with you were not pleased.
Well, I mean, it's
Defense is hard.
unfortunately on defense, like you just you have to play at the speed of the offense, right? And you have to get the call in. Everyone has to be on the same page. Someone not getting the right call, playing the wrong coverage, not getting the check on a motion or a shift. It's how you lose games. We're going to be in a bunch of tight one-score games. And if you give up a 40 or 50-yard touchdown because someone's playing the wrong coverage, well, guess what? I mean, you got a good chance of getting beat. And that's typically, I mean, you can't go back and find a whole bunch of times where we just had guys getting beat, which does happen. It's usually someone's playing the wrong coverage. They thought they had this responsibility when they had that responsibility, and those lead to explosive plays. And if you get way better at eliminating that stuff, you're gonna really thrive as a defense overall.
Robert Spears-Jennings had my favorite quote from an OU person of the entire day. Someone asked him about their schedule. And here's what he said. The world might say it's the toughest schedule in the country, but guess what? I say it's a lot of money games out there. That means a lot of scouts are going to be watching, a lot of things you can put on tape right then and there. Don't think of it as tough. Think of it as an opportunity.
That's right. I mean,
that is
well said.
Such an awesome quote. And something I think the fan base needs to hear. I love that one of the leaders of the football team is looking at it that way because, yeah, the schedule is daunting. But hey, it's an opportunity to put together one heck of a season. I mean, I don't know. It got me fired up, man. When he said, I saw the clip of him talking and him saying it. When he said it, it got the juices flowing.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, and if everything comes together, you get some luck, you stay healthy, you never know. And if you want to have a loud season and make a big impression on people, you go win 9 or 10 games with the schedule that you've got. Everyone's going to see it. Like we see some years where, whether it's maybe a Clemson or, whoever, it's like, oh, they're 9-1 right now. I haven't seen them play since week 1 of the year. That ain't going to be with Oklahoma. It's going to be front and center almost every single week. And if you get on a run, everyone in the world of college football is going to know about it.
Anything else from the OU contingent at day 3 of SEC Media Days?
I don't think so.
How did we feel about them going on day 3?
Pretty good. I mean, everyone's in the flow of things a little bit. Maybe some of the buzz is worn off, but
I feel like my preference would be day two.
yeah.
I don't know why. It's just how it's my gut feeling.
Well, I like day three because I can lose interest in stuff like this pretty quickly, and once Oklahoma goes, it's, my focus tends to drift a little bit. So whenever they're, still a day or two away, it helps me stay locked in a little bit.
That's called knowing yourself right there. Nice. All right, let's get to call your shot. We asked you guys what really stood out to you about the OU guys at SEC Media Day. This first one comes from Justin Smith, who says, Mateer walks and talks like Baker. He has that aura. BV sounds confident in his defense and optimistic about our young O-lineman.
Yeah.
Saw the word aura floating around a lot regarding Mateer. Very,
Yeah.
very popular word right now, Ted.
Yeah. I, I like the way he carries himself. I like the way he presents himself. But I it's a very small thing for me. I want a guy that can execute, win football games, a leader on the field, the team rallies behind him. If that happens, I don't really care what you do off the field.
Yeah. His aura will only continue to increase, enhance. What's the proper word here?
Enhance. I like
Enhance.
that. Mm-hmm.
The enhancement of his aura will I think it'll go to another level over these next couple weeks. He's got some big things coming his way. Some cool
Yes, he
things.
does. Yep.
So that'll be very fun for John Mateer. It was interesting that Venables mentioned early when he got asked about, contributors this year that maybe weren't a factor last year, brought up Eddie Pierre-Louis and Daniel Akinkumi, I think was the second name that came out of his mouth.
I was surprised by that. And
As was I.
you know, I I I honestly I don't know how to take it because I love hearing that those guys are performing well and looking to get on the field. And we know that Eddie Pierre-Louis got a lot of reps in spring and, got some good experience there. And, hear that young guys are out there competing and trying to get on the field. The more the merrier. Like, what we need is depth on the offensive line. And I feel like we're in a much better position than we were a year ago. Um, I don't know though. I think sometimes Venables will just throw some names out there for guys, whether he thinks that they need some recognition or what. I don't know, but
Yeah, maybe those guys had really good summers or having
right,
really good summers, and it was I don't know. But for the fact that okay, Eddie Pierre-Louis, like he was rolling with the ones all the spring.
right.
Daniel Akinkumi was not.
No,
So that's one where when he said that, I looked at my TV and went, okay, wrote it
right.
down.
Hey, if he's had a um like an epiphany or something over the summer, and that happens with these guys. I mean, he doesn't have as much experience playing the game as a lot of guys, so you can find something and make up some big ground. Maybe that's happened, but again, I just go back. The more names he mentions on the offensive line, the better in my mind.
I'm with you. All right, let's get to some of our takeaways from all of the other places, all of the other teams and players we heard from at SEC Media Days. But first, taking a road trip this summer? Remember to stop at Love's Travel Stops. You can't miss the heart of the highway, and with the Love's app, you can save big all summer long. You can save 10 cents per gallon on gas and up to 25 cents per gallon on auto diesel. Save with the Love's app this summer and be welcomed by clean places and friendly faces. Certain conditions may apply. See loves.com for details.
Summer is here, and there's no better way to fire up your cookouts than with Didier Ranch's steak burgers made from 100% premium cuts of steak. These burgers are the real deal, juicy, flavorful, and packed with that rich, beefy taste that you love. Plus, they're shipped right to your door, so you can spend more time doing what you love and less time shopping. Head over to DidierRanch.com now and use code SOONER for a special discount on your first order. Get ready to taste the best burgers you've ever had. Proudly raised 100% in Oklahoma. Didier Ranch, steak in every bite.
And we are brought to you by Simple Modern, the Oklahoma-owned company and the official drinkware partner of the OU Sooners. Summer is flying by, but Simple Modern is here to make back-to-school shopping easy. From backpacks and lunchboxes to water bottles, Simple Modern offers durable, stylish gear kids love, all at parent-approved prices. And Oklahoma teachers, listen up. Starting July 14th, nominate yourself for Simple Modern Stock Your School to win water bottles for your classroom, have your entire classroom wish list fulfilled, and receive $1,000 for anything your school needs. Voting opens July 21st, and the top 10 teachers with the most votes win. And with 10% of all Simple Modern profits going to charity, many right here in Oklahoma, you're helping Oklahomans everywhere. Simple Modern, it's good everywhere. All right, time for the college football roundup. Talking about everyone else at SEC Media Days. Now, there's still one more day somehow, so sorry to those teams. We're not going to mention you here. But we got plenty of other teams to talk about. Ted, really, I'll just leave it open-ended. What were kind of your big-time takeaways from everyone else there?
Oh, where do I start? You know what? I thought one thing that was interesting was, and maybe it was just how I viewed the coverage and what came across my radar, but I was kind of surprised how quiet it was for Tennessee when they were there with hype.
I thought Heupel did an excellent job of sounding confident and kind of calm.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he handled all that really, really well.
Yeah. Bigger than one person, all of that stuff. And, I just thought it was going to be a major talking point as to what all went on there. What's the whole, I mean, I thought that was going to be one of the storylines that was front and center on like ESPN and all that stuff, but I didn't see as much of it. I thought that was kind of interesting. I thought Kirby Smart was very interesting. I got a theory with Kirby right now that I don't know how legit it is, but I feel like Kirby Smart's dropping breadcrumbs that Georgia's taken a step back this year.
Interesting.
When I heard him talking, whenever he was up on the mic, he several times talked about how experienced they were last year. They had a ton of 5th and 6th-year seniors, and all those guys are gone. They have, I think he said 54% of the team is in their first or second year. They're really young, specifically young on the offensive and defensive line. And he kept dropping that out there, how young they are. And I just got the sense that it just feels a little bit different. I could be wrong. And what does taking a step back for Georgia look like compared to everyone else taking a step back? I don't know. But I thought that was interesting.
Definitely. Did you hear his quote about fire, passion, and energy?
Yeah.
That was awesome. He has a couple bangers every time they do media day. He was talking about players being more comfortable now, and he's like, I'm earning $2,000 a year now. I'm very comfortable. You don't reach your goals being comfortable.
That's right.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. I enjoy Kirby Smart. I really do. It's funny that maybe the main talking point for Georgia coming out of the SEC Media Days was how old Gunnar Stockton looks.
Yeah. I think the Gunnar Stockton thing is interesting.
He looks like he can headbutt a cinder block in half. And as a guy that has the caveman mandible as well, all the respect in the world, Gunnar.
That's funny. He's interesting to me. We got to see him a little bit last year in, whenever oh gosh, their quarterback went down. Why can I not think of his name off the top of my head? But
Carson Beck.
When Beck went down, we got to see him. But you know, how quiet has it been around him stepping into that role at Georgia? And Georgia's they've been able to get away with, I mean, not questionable quarterback play, but you know, I as good as they've been, you would have expected that they've had like an elite, top five NFL pick at quarterback, but they've been so good everywhere else, it's covered up for that. I wonder if that's going to be the case this year.
I if they're young on the line of scrimmage and you don't get great quarterback play, even if you have all the creatures that they've got, could be an interesting season for the Dogs. I don't know.
I know.
I'm not to the point where I'm ready to say, you know what, I think Georgia's going to have a down year. I'm just going to have to see that to believe it.
Yeah, well, I'm just in a spot where whenever you don't know who's maybe going to be the best, your default answer is, well, I guess I'll pick Georgia to win it. That's not where I'm at anymore.
That's fair. I can agree with you on that.
Yep.
It seemed like most people are thinking Texas, Georgia, Bama.
Yep.
That seems like the preseason poll I think comes out tomorrow. So
I actually think LSU's. I think they may end up being the best team.
well, Brian Kelly was certainly talking like he thinks he's going to have the best team.
Yeah.
Yeah, he straight up said Garrett Nussmeier came back because he wants to win a championship.
Mm-hmm.
And then Nussmeier, I saw a quote from him where he's like, I just couldn't envision anyone else winning a championship at quarterback but me. It's like, okay, guys. So it is very clear that LSU thinks they got a squad,
Yep.
like a legit squad.
Mm-hmm.
And traditionally speaking, when that program thinks they got a squad, they usually got a damn squad.
When they put it's like about every 5 or so years they ramp up and they put something together for 1 year that is special.
Nussmeier's got to stop throwing interceptions, though.
Yep. Yeah, that's
Which
true.
one more year of experience, another full off season, you would anticipate him being better. You and I are big fans of what he can do from the pocket. Like that guy can absolutely rip it.
Yeah. When he's on and and the offensive line is a little bit of a question. They losing maybe the best tackle in the game last year. And but whenever he's on and he's ripping the ball and he's making plays, he's really, really good.
Whenever he separates his shoulder and then goes and gets whatever magic potion he got,
Yep.
still can't believe I was watching that. This is what I've talked about it before. This is what I do at night. I go and I watch film, and it literally it helps me fall asleep. I'm told it's called guided imagery,
Huh.
Ted. Sleep specialist. That's what she told me because I told her about it and she was like, "Yeah, guided imagery. That works for some people." I was like, "Okay, yeah, whatever. Sounds good."
Guided imagery.
But I watched that game last night. I watched OU's defense against LSU's offense, and I can't believe he came back in that game and then ripped it the way he did. That was
I know.
crazy.
It was wild. Don't
Jackson
want to see
Arnold
that
said all
again.
the right things.
Yeah. I thought he handled himself great.
I, I, I thought all the stuff he said about OU was. I mean, I don't think anyone has any complaints about it. Like he said, there's no animosity whatsoever. He straight up said, "Hey, I didn't play good." So he said all the right things. Hugh Freeze talked a lot about building his confidence back up and getting his swagger back, and was very complimentary about what he's seen from him and his offense up to this point. So I I think all OU fans are cheering for him to succeed, except for one Saturday.
Yeah, I
Maybe
think
not.
so.
Maybe I'm wrong.
I mean,
Maybe it's dependent on how Mateer plays, but
yeah. Well,
I feel good about how Mateer's going to play. So I'm rooting for Jackson. I am.
it is interesting though. Whenever you think about that Auburn game and when it is, it's early. I know it's after the Michigan game, but um, that is an incredibly important game. I mean, if Jackson Arnold comes out and throws for 350 against you, um, bad look, right? Really bad luck. So, uh, yeah, and I've always said I think he's got physically all of the tools. Can he recapture the confidence though? Because he was a totally different guy from freshman year to sophomore year, totally different. And a lot of that not his fault. We had a chaotic scene at the coordinator stuff. We had injury all surrounding. It was not a great environment to play quarterback in. So, it would not shock me at all if he came out was really solid for Auburn.
Hugh Freeze. I I didn't get the golf answer I wanted from Hugh Freeze. I wanted him to go in depth about like his game, his strengths, his weaknesses. I wanted someone to ask him like, "Hey, how's your putting? How's it like how are you doing? Like are you keeping track of your distances on the green? Like what's your putting?" I needed someone to go, "What's your putting percentage from inside 10 feet?"
What's your strokes gained?
Yeah. I needed some more detailed golf questions, but I guess he kind of answered that. What how about them playing the wrong fight song when Sarkeesian went on the stage? Oh, that who made that mistake?
I don't know, but
If it's an intern, you're fired.
the only thing, and I guess what Sankey was very apologetic about it today. I the only thing that would have been better if whenever he came out instead of playing the Texas fight song, they played a bunch of revving Lamborghinis. That would have been good.
I do think people saw what Sarkeesian said about, hey, you only have so much money. If there's a certain type of guy we don't want at Texas, and then they just cut to all the Lamborghinis lined up at their official visit stuff, it was funny. It was funny, but I Sarkeesian is very good in the media day setting. He does
Yeah.
he does a really good job, but it was absolutely hilarious when they queued up the A&M fight song for him to take the stage. I wish he just would have stopped and walked off. That would have
He
been
didn't even
amazing.
notice, right?
He's probably thinking about, okay, what am I going to say in my opening statement? He probably didn't even hear it.
Remember to thank everyone. Remember to, yeah, that was
Don't fall. Don't
great.
fall. Don't fall. Diego Pavia, I love that guy. I hope he plays college football forever. 7-6 wasn't good enough. I came back because I want to win a national championship. He, Ted, he has the irrational confidence that Vanderbilt needs. Like they have to have a guy like this to make everyone in that locker room believe. I truly believe Diego Pavia thinks they can go win a national championship. Hell, Clark Lee went and said they think they've got what it takes to play into January. So he's even making his head coach believe. Like, I love Diego Pavia. I think that he is maybe not single handedly, but has had a massive, massive role in changing the culture of a program. And that's cool to me.
Yeah, it is. It's cool. I guess.
It's irrational.
Yeah, I think it's just interesting that he plays at Vanderbilt. Like, I don't think he could get away with saying what he says anywhere else. Like
Well,
if he said that anywhere else,
I
there'd be some
disagree.
real hard questions coming back at him about it.
I think that he could get away with it if he was like Georgia's quarterback. If
Well,
he
I think he gets away with it because no one takes it seriously. It's like, isn't that cute?
I I don't know. I I take him very seriously. I think he's dead serious.
If Arkansas's quarterback Taylor Green came out and was saying that stuff, people would call him an idiot and he'd get drug. But Pavia, it's just part of the persona, and you know what I like it. I think it's great for Vanderbilt. I think it brings some attention to their program, and you know, I don't I don't know how good they're going to be, but they're a hell of a lot better with him playing quarterback.
No doubt. Speaking of quarterbacks, Arch Manning is very likable.
Polished. It's what
Said all the right
happens.
things, made some
Yeah.
jokes. He looks so young still.
No, I know. It's crazy.
But he I very much want to dislike Texas's quarterback, even though I'm a 34-year-old man and that's kind of weird. It just is what it is. That's what comes with fandom. It's it's kind of hard to dislike Arch Manning. It just is. I don't know. He seems like a very level-headed, normal, extremely famous person.
Yeah, I think that it's it's a great I think it's a good learning experience for people to see, and as long as he has a good season and has success, it, it's okay. Even if you're the number one quarterback in a class, it's okay to go somewhere and wait your turn and develop and not take over a program until your third year there. There's plenty of time to go. Like, you feel like anymore, if highly recruited guys don't play right away, they're hitting the transfer portal and going somewhere else. Everyone's telling them they got to play right now. It's good to mature, watch the guy in front of you. How does he handle the media? How does he handle the offense? Learn and make sure that you're totally ready before you go out there and, turn the ball over a bunch of times, struggle, lose your confidence. I mean, he is handling it, his family, they're handling everything the right way.
No doubt. We'll They've got quite the test week one. We'll see how it goes for them.
Yeah,
So I Michael Taft's tie honoring all those
that was awesome.
campers that lost their lives in the Texas flood. That was the coolest thing I saw at all media days.
Yeah, that was great. I like that.
He he's a good player, and that guy seems like an outstanding dude.
Yeah. No, that was really well done.
Very cool. Um, Other things I have written down in my notes. Caden Proctor saying that he owns 170 bottles of cologne is just absurd. I get that he's a big guy, and he said, "Hey, if you're big, you can't stink." I get it. Come on, man, that's ridiculous. 170?
That's what happens when you get a big NIL deal. You blow money on stupid things. I mean, he's not the first and he won't be the last.
I don't. There's no way that's true. 170? I think I have one bottle of cologne. I Do you wear cologne?
Never, not one day in my entire life have I ever worn cologne. Like maybe in the seventh grade, whenever someone at a
Some
friend's house was spraying it on.
some Axe body spray.
Yeah, but
I
no, I've never purchased, never owned a bottle of cologne.
I think I've received one bottle as a gift, and maybe my wife got the picture that I'm never wearing it because I know exactly where it's sitting. It's never been used.
Yeah,
Are we weird? Do guys wear a lot of is cologne a thing and we're just missing out?
maybe. I don't know. I It's never been on my radar at all. Not
I
one bit.
I really I'm glad I didn't go to SEC media days because I just would have asked Proctor follow-up questions about the cologne.
Whoa, 170. Well, let's talk about this.
Rank your top 5 cents. What's it? How much is cologne? I've no idea. Is it expensive?
I'm sure it's like anything else. You can probably get some for pretty cheap, and you can probably pay thousands of dollars for some, I would imagine. But again, not my world. I have no clue.
170 bottles of musk is it's a lot of musk.
He's a big guy.
Dude, he's massive. He's he's a good player. He's huge. Other things. Oh man, the SEC Netflix show looks awesome.
Does look pretty cool.
I'm not that bummed that OU isn't in it because of how much last season sucked,
Right.
but still kind of wish we were in it. I don't know. I do we have the option? Can we are they going to do it again? Can we say we want to be in it this season?
I'm sure I would imagine they have people everywhere, but if your story is not very compelling, you probably it gets left on the editing floor. But if you're competitive and battling and there's big storylines, then I imagine that's what makes the cut, but I don't know.
Number one thing from last season I want to see Vandy beating Alabama.
Yeah.
I bet Pavia's got some. It always goes back to Pavia, man.
Always. What, August 5th? Is that whenever it comes out? Is that right? Did I see that? Pretty
Sounds
sure.
right.
Yeah. That'll be cool.
No Bama, no Georgia, no Texas, no Missouri, no Ole Miss, no Oklahoma.
Hmm.
So there'll still be plenty of other stuff. Anything from Florida that you thought was interesting? DJ Lagway say, "Hey, I did not have an off-season shoulder procedure," which I kind of sat here and went, "Why not?" And I know
Yeah.
you want to avoid surgery. You always want to avoid surgery. But if we're 2 weeks into training camp and there's reports that his shoulder's bothering him again, I'm going to go, "Why didn't you just have the surgery?" You know what I'm saying?
He went almost what, 6 months without throwing a pass? It was May. Did he play it? They didn't go to a bowl game, did they? Or did they?
Yeah, they did.
Did he play in it? So 5 months, anyways. He
I think
went
they
without.
won their bowl game.
It's a long time for a quarterback, to miss out. But I don't know. That's. I mean, they're only going to go as far as he takes them, and if he has a shoulder issue, that's going to be bad news.
I want the guy to be healthy. OU doesn't play him. He's extremely talented. I want to see the guy play. I mean, he's the type of player where people are saying, "Hey, this guy could be the number one pick of the draft eventually with the tools he's got." So I'm hoping his shoulder's good.
Texas has them the week before they play us, right? In Gainesville.
Come on, DJ.
Let's go.
Sling that thing, man. Let's go. But I just thought that was interesting because yeah, it's a positive thing when a guy doesn't have surgery in the offseason, but it also had me going, maybe you could have used a little cleanup. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess I don't know the nature of it, but I remember being shocked, and I feel like they said that during the spring that he didn't have a surgery, but it's like that's a long time to miss without having any type of scope or surgery or something. So I don't even know what the nature of the injury is, so it's hard to really even know how it's going to affect him.
DeBoer said, Kalen DeBoer, Alabama's coach, did say if they played today, Ty Simpson would be their starting quarterback. We'll see if anything changes during training camp. But
Yeah.
Gunnar Stockton's going to be the starter at Georgia, and Ty Simpson's going to be the starter at Bama.
Who's going to be the starter at Tennessee?
You start looking at things.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Are we starting to believe is that what's happening here? I feel like
I,
that's what's happening here.
and what about Ole Miss?
New starter. Austin
Yeah,
Simmons. Now he came in and he
he
couldn't have
looked
looked
good.
better in that
Is it
one drive
Georgia?
against Georgia.
Yeah, he looked good.
But when you
Um,
think about it,
is he going to be better than Dart though? Like that's the thing.
it's hard to
Who
imagine.
who's upgrading? And I think
OU in a big way.
in a big way. I think there's a chance that whoever wins the Alabama job is going to fit the offense that DeBoer truly wants to run.
And
He's
remember,
got his
Ryan
coordinator
Grubb's
back.
back.
Yeah, got his coordinator back. I feel like they were kind of backed into a corner with Milroe, and maybe had to try and build around what he was capable of doing. He's a little bit different athlete, so I don't know. Like it's really interesting right now. It's hard to know who's like. I still believe that last year we got a lot of teams at the best they've been in like a decade.
OU's quarterback situation it's not all about the quarterback situation, right? Everyone, we talk about it all the time. Everyone around him's got to play better, got to play well. But you start looking at it in the overall picture of the SEC, where Mateer stacks up, and you start feeling a little better about the season as it gets closer. I'm just saying.
And I mean, not only have we upgraded massively at quarterback, unless something horrible happens, we're also upgrading everywhere else around him,
Yeah.
which is
If guys can just stay healthy, yes,
that's it. That's it.
we're doing it. We're talking ourselves into it. Dang it.
We're deep into the off season.
Dang it. Dang it. Anything else from
I don't.
SEC Media Days? Thought our guy Levy sounded great.
Yep.
We'll see
Did
if
you
they
see that
can.
clip of him telling Toby, "You guys keep your eyes off Zach"?
That was awesome.
That's funny.
It's like really, quite literally the first thing he said to T Row. Get your eyes off Zach.
That's great.
Levy's great. All right. Anything else? Going once,
That's it.
going twice. SEC Media Days is great. The coverage is great.
Yep.
Shout out to all the OU media that went down there and put all those clips out that we talked about.
Yep. Good stuff.
Appreciate you, boys. All right, let's finish up with our winners and losers of the week. But first,
Schwab Meat has been smoking the highest quality meats, hot dogs, and sausages in OKC since 1912. Go to schwabmeat.com to order any of Schwab's outstanding products and use promo code OKBreakdown for free shipping on orders over $75. Schwab dogs are iconic. I like to keep it simple. Just a bun, dog, mustard, ketchup. Also, the jalapeno cheddar smoked sausage is ridiculous. Schwabmeat.com, code OKBreakdown for free shipping on orders over $75. Schwab Meat, the official hot dog of game days.
Oklahoma's favorite pub, Pub W, is a modern American pub offering a great new take on classic drinks and cuisine. They offer an extensive beer and specialty drink selection with something for everyone, and that's exactly why Pub W was voted best happy hour. And we all love a delicious brunch. Pub W brunch is served Saturdays and Sundays until 2 p.m. with some of the most delicious brunch offerings you'll find anywhere. Now open in Yukon, Oklahoma. Visit one of their 6 Oklahoma locations. Visit pubdub.com for locations and menus.
Insurica's launched a new digital agency introducing Insurica Direct. Whether you're in Oklahoma or anywhere across the U.S., they've got you covered. From small business insurance and health insurance for your employees to insurance for individuals like home, auto, and even Medicare supplements. Insurica Direct's got it all. Start your journey today at insuricadirect.com. Remember, at Insurica, we specialize in you.
As always, Ted, kick us off. Who do you have as your winner of the week?
Well, you know that I love whenever guys make a lot of money, and Sauce Gardner for the Jets is now the highest paid corner in the league. $30.1 million a year, $85 million guaranteed. That's pretty big time for him.
That's very saucy.
They paid a lot of money. Wilson got the big contract extension as well. I
When
still
you
don't
first
know.
started, I thought you may go Wilson or I thought you may go Trey Smith. Do you see what the Chiefs gave him?
No.
Highest paid guard in the league.
Oh, I did see that. Yep. I did see that. Yeah, I
Creed Humphrey deserves a few of those dollars.
did he already
Yeah, Creed already got his big payday.
um
He'll
yeah,
get
I think
another one too.
yeah, he's got several coming. Um I
Don't
thought
worry
that
about
was
Creed.
big. I mean, Sauce Gardner's an incredible player. I mean, that's a huge amount of money. I think he's one of the best corners, maybe the best in the league. He's definitely right there in the conversation, and timing is everything. And he got that huge contract. I still don't know if the Jets are going to be any good, though. Probably not, but they got the highest paid corner. That's something.
He's very entertaining. Where is his golf content gone? That's what I want. I want more Sauce
Yeah.
Gardner golf. Remember when he got obsessed with golf for that stretch?
My my entire knowledge about Sauce Gardner is only from the Hard Knocks when the Jets were on it. That's
Very
about it.
entertaining guy.
Yeah. A different dude now, but
Yeah,
very entertaining.
I I like how competitive it is. I like my corners loud, man. That's how I want a guy that looks and talks like Sauce Gardner and carries himself like Sauce Gardner does. Like, yes, that's exactly what I want my corner to be.
They got to be like a boxer, you know, like almost delusionally confident, right?
Yes.
There's no way you can beat them to where it takes anything away from them at all. The head doesn't go down. Quickly find another place to lie the blame, and they're right back out there doing their thing like nothing ever happened. It's amazing. And it's got to be that way.
And that's exactly how Sauce Gardner is.
Yeah.
You you have to be a crazy person to want to play corner in the National Football League. You just have to be.
Because,
Among, other things like a great athlete and have great instincts and all that stuff to play at the level he does, but you have to be a crazy person.
well, it doesn't get
It's
talked a
so
lot
it's
about
so hard.
when you think about like how the level of play of wide receiver just continues to elevate. It also elevates at corner, but it doesn't get talked about nearly as much. Like it's become more and more difficult to play corner. Oh, and by the way, you can't touch the guy. I mean, it is there are very few human beings walking the planet that can do it. That's why he makes $30 million a year.
Congrats, Sauce Gardner.
Nicely
Keep
done.
being entertaining, man. Don't let the money change you, Sauce. Who do you have as your loser of the week?
Well, I thought about going with any famous athlete sitting in the arena while Shane Gillis was giving his opening monologue, just like sweating bullets, feeling like your time is coming next. If the person with the camera comes up and puts the camera on you, it's like, oh my God, what is about to happen? This is going to be bad. That was so funny. He was great.
He got Shay. What did he say? Hey, SGA's here. Oh, yeah, thanks for being here, man. Everyone around him is now in foul trouble. It was, I laughed. I laughed. It was funny.
Very good.
What was your favorite joke you had?
Um, I liked the tush push little segment was funny. I thought that was great.
Tush
Um,
Push Origins.
the I mean the Caitlin Clark joke was hilarious. The Belichick was hilarious. I
You
mean,
you know it's good when at the end of it he's like, yeah, we should have cut that out. We should have cut that because the crowd is just like, oh,
they're all so like on the edge. Like you can only reference the joke, you can't repeat it. It's like it's all there. It was just totally well done, the whole thing.
I I thought the sequence of him making the Shadur Sanders joke and
Oh
then
my
it
gosh.
and then the cameraman catching Lamar Jackson cracking up was pretty funny.
Oh, that was great. What did he say? He was 13 and 12. That's what got him there.
Yeah, 13-12 and almost won the Alamo Bowl. That's why he got his jersey retired, not nepotism. He's a funny dude, man.
Uh,
Is he I'm not. Are you? You're big into everything. You follow everything. Is he the hottest thing going in stand up comedy?
One of, yep,
Right
yep,
up there.
yep. He's pretty good.
Nate Bargatze.
He's good.
Very different styles between those two guys.
Yeah,
I feel like
there's
Gillis is doing like stadiums though now.
he is. He's on a roll. Timing is everything. Timing is everything, and I the edge to his routine is um I don't I, it it's the perfect time for him with the way that he delivers and his content. It's been very good. Like there's some good stand up going on right now. A bit of a renaissance going on in the in the comedy game.
I
But
download a lot of the specials on Netflix for flights. I like doing that.
yeah,
I'm just sitting there giggling to myself.
yep. I can do you ever watch I watch stand up by myself sometimes, and just like if someone was watching me like spying on me from outside, it would look like I'm not entertained. I just stare at it blankly, but I'm cracking up on the inside.
In your head.
I'm in my head, I'm dying laughing.
I am a stand-up comics favorite person. My
Belly laugher.
bar for like a cackle is it's pretty low, dude.
That's
And
good.
like and you've heard me like it could get the volume can get very loud on it if I find something very funny. So I
That's
love
good.
watching stand up and I would literally just be laughing out loud on a plane like a psycho.
Oh, that's good. It's quiet. All you hear is the hum of the engines, and then there's this guy cracking up at the back just for no reason. That's
How
great.
about how about Gillis saying it was like, hey, this is four-time WNBA
Oh my
All-Star
gosh.
Brittany, whatever, and everyone starts clapping. He's like, that's actually my buddy's friend.
I knew you guys didn't know any WNBA players.
that, that may have been the best joke of the entire thing. Because when he
Speaking
said it,
of,
I'm rather dialed into the WNBA, and when he said it, I was like, who? I was like, who? What? I thought I knew the players pretty well. Who?
yeah,
Turns out
of
I was right.
of all the names in the WNBA right now, like you would think if he was going to present one that everyone would have got, but that was great. But speaking of the WNBA, thanks for teeing it up for me, Gabe. That ended up being my loser is because Caitlin Clark's re-aggravated her injury and she's out against the Liberty and may not make the All-Star Game festivities over the weekend, which I mean, I think everyone knows right now that there's probably some big ratings tied to that. And you know that they're like, damn it. Because if she's in that 3-point contest, would be a viral event probably. The game obviously would be awesome. So hopefully she's able to turn that thing around pretty quickly and get out there on the court.
Yeah. I mean, she's just so incredibly valuable to the league. And they've got a bunch of big names doing the 3-point contest. Everyone wants to see her. Hopefully, at the very least, she can do that.
Mhm.
But it all depends on how much that groin is biting, man. I mean, I
It's tough. I mean, it's whatever you think of the talent level, but
I can't think of her right now without thinking about Gillis's Waffle House joke. It's, it's so good.
what did he say? We have a lot in common. We're both from the Midwest and bang a lot of threes.
I think he said
Now,
nailed a lot of
yeah, that was
threes.
the wrong word. Sorry. I may have to bleep that out. Oh gosh, that
You
was
know I'm not gonna edit that out.
uh
Oh, dude.
but Caitlin Clark, I mean, just being there in the game, like drives so many different storylines for what's would be going on in the All-Star game. So hopefully she can make it.
Yeah, and the All-Star game's in Indianapolis.
Oh, yeah.
So it is I mean, She's the face of the league. She's the face of that franchise, along with Tyrese Halliburton, because there's not really a super recognizable cult right now. Like she's the face of that city. The All-Star game is in the city, and it's this weekend, and she's hurt.
LSU trip for her. Go down there,
Give her the Nussmeier.
get the Nussmeier treatment. Give me the
That's the
Nussmeier cocktail.
That's what they should do. They need to call LSU's athletic training staff and said, "Hey, Caitlin Clark needs the Nussmeier.
Need a favor.
Need it now." She's got a 3-point contest to participate in. Still can't believe he came back in and slung it like that. Oh, all right. Let's get to my winner and loser. But first, three things matter in banking: service, service, and service. And First Fidelity Bank's commitment to exceptional service is more than a promise, it's their foundation. FFB has been by your side for over a century, and they are honored to be a part of your journey. Banking isn't about where you've been, it's about where you are headed. Open an account at an award-winning bank today at ffb.com. At First Fidelity Bank, we go where you go. And go to opolisclothing.com and use promo code TED for 10% off our podcast merchandise and the best OU gear out there. That's opolisclothing.com and use promo code TED. Buttery soft and 10% off. All right, for my winner of the week, thought about going with Cal Raleigh. Guy's on a heater. Big Dumper is so hot right now, Ted. Wins the home run derby. Dad pitching, brother catching. Come on, man.
His little brother was towering over him when he was standing next to him. That was crazy. Pretty cool.
Very cool.
Catcher to win it.
The also the end of the All-Star game was great.
Yeah.
It would have been cool if the biggest names in the sport would have still been at the stadium to compete in the home run swing off. But where do you think Ohtani was?
30,000 feet in a PJ.
Aaron Judge, where do you think those guys were? It would have been so cool if it would have been those guys. But still, it was an awesome thing, and everyone loved Schwarber. So it was it was a great finish to an All-Star game, which you can't really ask for anything more.
I think what I enjoyed the most was when they had the pitchers mic'd up and they were talking through what they were going to throw and everything. That was awesome.
Kershaw kept bouncing breaking balls.
Oh, that's short.
He goes, oh, short.
I thought it was awesome whenever, in the first inning, I can't remember the guy's name, but he was mic'd up and he was pitching to Ohtani, and it was just really cool to hear him talk through it. I like that little peek behind the curtain a lot.
Yeah. Ultimately, I think the MLB has the best All-Star game.
Yeah.
Maybe, let's not call the NHL cheated last year. But what did they call it? Like the League of Nations. What did they call it again? I don't know. It was awesome. But yeah, that doesn't count.
UFC style All-Star game.
Yeah. But my winner of the week, hear me out on this one. Professional golf.
Okay.
A lot of golf buzz right now. Obviously, we got the Open at Royal Portrush happening, starting today. Then we've got Wyndham Clark being banned from Oakmont after damaging those lockers when he played terrible.
Relatable.
And on top of all of that, you've got YouTube golfer Grant Horvat. He really got people talking when he turned down an invite to play in a PGA Tour event because they won't let him film there.
Right.
A lot of golf talk right now, Ted. A lot of buzz. Where do you want to start? Which one? The Open?
Yeah, sure.
Anyone but Scotty, you think? Scotty? He had that very insightful answer at his press conference. A lot of people were talking about that.
He's in a good headspace right now. Is that
golf doesn't bring him fulfillment?
He's right, though. I mean, the way I think it's that way for any athlete. You have to love the process, not so much like the win only lasts for like a split second. And then you're right back to the preparation for next year or the next tournament or the next fight or whatever it is. That's why the people that love the process are always the best at it.
His answer was insightful.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like a great dude. Don't know him, but seems like a great dude.
Yeah.
Rahm winning the Open would be cool. I just like John Rahm.
Yeah.
I really have nothing other to say. And maybe it would start some more. Hey, can we get everyone back on the same tour discussion? That just disappeared, went away.
See, I don't even know what direction I'm leaning. I mean, Scheffler's about all I know, but I don't
Rory
even.
McIlroy in Northern Ireland seems like almost two on the nose.
Yeah, and
Why did Rory cut his hair like that?
well, he said he was trying to get to hide the grays, right? But whenever he cut it short, they showed up more. I don't
Yeah,
know.
no, don't just embrace the gray, brother. You are not a buzz cut guy. Don't ever do that again, Rory. Come on, man.
What's interesting is while it feels like Scheffler's in a really good space, it doesn't necessarily feel like Rory is. It's been,
He played well at the Scottish Open.
yeah, it's been a weird journey for him since the Masters, but he's definitely capable of getting the game together and going and winning the thing.
Only other guy I really would love to see win, like Tommy Fleetwood's got to win eventually.
Yeah,
And it'd
I
be
like it.
awfully fun if it was the Open for him. Like that'd be awesome.
That'd be big. Yeah.
Do you see those drop zones on 18?
No.
Give that a Twitter search real quick. Dude, you're basically dropping like if you hit it in the grandstands, you basically are dropping in. I want to just describe it as when your kids have an Easter basket
Yeah.
and they have that, the grass that's in the Easter basket. It's like surrounded by
Is that
it's great.
ferns?
Yeah, it's crazy looking. There's like ferns and then this horrible grass that you drop it in the middle of around the like fern looking things. I don't even know. I've never seen anything like it.
You almost can't see the drop zone sign. It's like mid shin high. That's hilarious. Wow.
So that should be fun. Wyndham Clark getting banned from Oakmont. Did did they really need to do that right now with the major championship going on?
I mean,
I mean, really?
just send him a hefty bill to repair the
That's
lockers.
Did you see what they said he has to do to be reinstated there?
No.
This is a quote from the letter that he got sent. A number of specific conditions, including full repayment for damages, a meaningful contribution to a charity of the board's choosing, and the successful completion of counseling and or anger management sessions.
No way.
They host the U.S. Open again in 2033, and I hope Wyndham Clark tells him to suck it.
Yep. No way.
And it's not good. Like he has dealt with anger management in the past. Like that's a well-known thing. Who the people at Oakmont think they are? Like, hey, just pay for the lockers and we're good, man. Like it. Hey, you got to go do community service, get
No,
some counseling,
not a chance.
donate to charity. Like, what is going on over at Oakmont Country Club?
Not a chance. Would never happen.
the dude,
No way.
the dude busted up a couple lockers. He didn't kill a person. Like what?
Right. There's no chance. And I would find a way to say hell no as loudly as possible to them. And I don't know, like issue like a really heartfelt apology and then tell them to go blank themselves is what I do.
He's already apologized.
Yeah.
I thought that was crazy. A charity of their choosing and then counseling and anger management sessions. Like what?
Charity choosing. Get a life. Get a life.
Those people at Oakmont think they're really important, bro.
Oh my God.
Clearly.
Like busting up the lockers is embarrassing, but not nearly as embarrassing as what you just read me.
Do you care about the YouTube golf thing?
I think it's interesting.
I've watched some of Grant
I've
Horvat's stuff.
I've watched a lot of it. It's entertaining.
Very. He's got one. I went and checked. He's got 1.38 million followers on YouTube. We're slightly behind him.
I like the matchups where they've got like him and Phil play against people. And I think it's really good, and I think it's helping draw a lot of people to the game. I wouldn't guess that there's record numbers of young people going out and signing up at country clubs, but I do think that it's a unique. There's a hell of a lot more people watching that and are going to be drawn to the game because of that than there are watching the golf channel in the morning drive or whatever they call it. So, but it is a unique. So here's the thing. If you allow him to film and he gets 5 million views or whatever, well, then DeChambeau's going to film and then Phil's going to film. Like you're opening a can of worms to where what pays the bills is TV. People are going to stop watching the TV and start watching guys on YouTube. And I think that's a problem that they don't want to like, they don't want to light that fire right now. They may eventually have to, but right now it's a very unique situation.
I I think it's hilarious that anyone is surprised that a YouTube golfer got a sponsor's invite to a PGA Tour event and wanted to put it on YouTube.
Yeah.
You think?
I mean, it's pointless for him if he doesn't. Well, I mean,
I
it's still a cool thing to be able to play, and he's a good golfer, but
Yeah, I'm torn on it. I think part of me is like, hey, just let him have one guy outside the rope filming stuff, and then they'll chop it up and tell him he can't put it out until the tournament's done, stuff like that, and people will watch it. I don't
he
think that
played
takes away from the broadcast.
he played in something a while back that I watched a little bit of. He shot some crazy number at a tournament. And it was funny because the guys he was playing with were like telling him how to do things like tournament wise, and they're like, no, you got to do this. It was pretty funny.
I, I do think if they allowed him to do it, it would bring a lot of eyeballs, clearly.
Yeah,
But then there's also this other side of me that's like, hey man, just go play.
yeah.
Just go play. It's good. It can't be bad for his brand to go and play in a PGA Tour event. I guess if he was just terrible, but no one cares. He's already got all the biggest golfers in the world coming on his channel with him.
Yeah.
Scheffler, Tiger, Rory, DeChambeau, like the biggest names in golf come on his channel already. So like who cares?
I don't know.
Does the PGA Tour need him more than he needs the PGA Tour?
That's how it's turned out to look in this situation, but I I don't know. It's really unique. I honestly don't know. I don't know the like if he went and played in it, I think that would probably be good for his brand and may have a chance to drive some more people to his channel. But I can understand it. Staying true to what it is you do.
There was a lot of discourse about him saying no thanks. A whole lot. Made a lot of golf people very angry.
Is he going to have to issue an apology, make a donation to a charity of the PGA's choice, do community service?
Maybe some anger management.
He may not be invited back again. I know that.
The Barracuda Championship. I would have liked to see him do it. And I would have liked to watch because he does a really good job. I would have liked to have watched him like what they came out with content wise from him going and playing in a PGA Tour event. But
Yeah,
we'll never know. It'll happen eventually, probably.
probably. I would imagine.
That was a lot of golf.
It was.
Scheffler or Rahm for the Open? What do you think?
Scheffler,
Guy's a machine. It's locked
even
in.
keel, locked in.
He's going to find 2 minutes of fulfillment. That's it. That's all he needs.
That's it.
My loser of the week. I'm going with Teddy Bridgewater. Now, everyone's on his side, but it's pretty rare that you get suspended from your job for just being what appears to be a great dude and paying for everything for kids.
Right.
That's
See, I I think that the suspension, I mean, I think it's done in good faith by, I don't think anyone's singling him out, but I think they want fair play and like someone paying for all these things for a high school football team. I mean, I understand why they're doing it, but at the same time, it does seem like, what are we doing here type of thing. But I don't know. It was
so
strange.
let me explain it. Miami Northwestern is a high school in Florida, has suspended Teddy Bridgewater, who is their head coach. They just won a state championship last year because he's being investigated by the Florida High School Athletic Association for giving his players impermissible benefits. Those impermissible benefits include Uber rides for practice, feeding his players after morning workouts, getting food catered for his players during the season, athletic recovery services for his players, which I assume is like massages or I don't know, maybe some like cryotherapy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something I would assume like in that world. And he's being suspended. And he paid, I mean, maybe the reason he's getting suspended is because he posted on Facebook, and I can't believe Teddy Bridgewater uses Facebook. That shocked me. But it just sounds like everything the school wouldn't cover, Bridgewater covered himself. And the reason it kind of got on everyone's radar is because he posted on Facebook asking for people to help him cover the expenses the school won't cover this season because he doesn't want, it sounded like he just didn't want to have to pay for it all himself anymore, which is very fair.
Well, I think it would all be okay if he just did it through a booster club, right?
That's that was my number one thing. I was like, why are you posting this on Facebook? Like, doesn't the school have an email chain of alumni and donors, supporters, whatever you want to call them?
Right.
Just fire off an email, Teddy. You're Teddy Bridgewater. Everyone knows who you are.
This probably boils down to clerical issues more than anything else. If he just channeled the finances, which I don't know if the head coach can donate to the booster. I don't. I have no idea what the rules in high school are, but I mean, I do understand it. If you get all those things whenever you go play for that high school and no one else can pay for those things, you got to follow the rules, right?
Yes. But it is funny that he's being suspended because he's Teddy Bridgewater and he's being suspended for helping kids. It's
Yeah.
kind of funny, man. I mean,
I it is. It's interesting.
it,
It's like,
it feels like
look how
everyone's on
good of a
Bridgewater's
guy
side.
he is to these high school kids, and he's suspended for it.
Congratulations on your state championship. We will be stripping it from you because of the Uber rides.
Yep, we're gonna go back at tainted title down there at what's it called, North Miami
Miami
Northwest.
Northwestern. They got some dudes on that team.
Yeah, I bet.
They produce they produce some dudes through the years. So
You kidding me? Uber rides and breakfast after workouts. Yeah, of course they got some dudes on that team. That's where I'd go play.
yeah, these guys eating breakfast. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, he's Uber black the star players from all corners of Miami to come to practice.
It was worth it.
Hell yeah, it is.
Banners fly forever, Ted. I I think everyone's on Teddy Bridgewater's side, but maybe just get get the proper fundraising channels going there, Teddy.
The everyone except for the people that they beat last season that were looking through his Facebook feed and turned it into the Florida Athletic Association.
From some of the stuff I read, that's really why this became the deal it became because of the Facebook post. What are you doing, Bridgewater?
Social media, man, it'll get you every time.
Birthday shout outs. Happy 7th birthday to Flynn Raleigh.
Happy 7th birthday to Ryder Reed.
Happy 8th birthday to Hudson Raleigh.
Happy 33rd birthday to Tucker Davis.
And on that note, episode 546 in the books. We'll have a new podcast that'll drop Sunday. Weight Room Willie, Braden Willis,
Yes.
is scheduled to join us.
I needed that. It's been a while. One of my favorite Sooners. Can't wait to hear from him.
Going to be fun catching up. Just a reminder, please subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to podcasts, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, please check out our website, okbreakdown.com. Until next time, we appreciate y'all for listening. Do what you always do, Oklahoma. Take care of each other.
Boom.